Hello, I'm Tori. And I'm the second proof negative. My opponent said that the death penalty is not does not deter crime, and I'm here to say that it does. In California, in 2010, we had 695 death row inmates, but only 24 were actually executed, and only in 2009 we executed 29. So just goes to show that that it does deter crime, because in 2009 there was 29 that we executed, and then 2010 it was only 24. Then in my opponent also said that the death penalty costs more than life without parole, about 4 times as much. According to Dudley Sharp, who is a death penalty resources director of Justice for All, he stated that many opponents present as fact that the cost of the death penalty is so expensive that we must choose life without parole at a cost of $1 million for 50 years. Predictably, these pronouncements may be entirely false, because Justice for All estimates that life without parole cases will cost $1.2 million to $3.6 million more than the equivalent death penalty cases. There is no question that the upfront costs of the death penalty are significantly higher than equivalent life without parole cases, and there also appears to be no question that over time the equivalent life without parole cases are much more expensive than death penalty cases. But opponents ludicrously claim that the death penalty costs over time 3 to 10 times more than life without parole. My opponent said 4 times as much, so it was, so to my point, it is ludicrously claimed. Also, the death penalty cases still prove to be significantly less expensive over time than the death penalty equivalent to life without parole. Wesley Lowe, who's a fantasy author and assembly operator and electronics manufacturer, he estimated people who were executed in the United States from 1973 to 1994, which is an 8-year average. The next 8-year average would be 1995 to 2012. And using the 8-year average, the death penalty equivalent to life without parole cases are still $1 million more expensive than their death penalty counterparts, which is $2 million at 2% annual increase. And then, as for the chances of an innocent person becoming a victim to the death penalty is slim, if even existent, because DNA testing is over 99% effective, and even if DNA testing and other such scientific methods didn't exist, the trial and appeals process is so thorough, it is next to impossible to convict an innocent person. And also, the number of innocent people that might somehow be convicted is no greater than the number of innocent victims of the murders who are set free. The risk of, according to Stephen Stewart from the Clark County prosecuting attorney. He says that the risk of making a mistake within extraordinary due process applied in death penalty cases is very small, and there is no credible the inevitability of a mistake should not serve as grounds to eliminate the death penalty any more than the risk of having a fatal wreck that should make automobiles legal. Because to enjoy the privilege of using cars, airplanes, or any other device that improves the quality of our lives, we accept the risk and deaths that are caused by them completely in order to reap their full benefits. The same concept applies for the death penalty, only on a far lesser scale. As long as we're entitled to recklessly endangering hundreds of innocent lives daily and our personal conveniences such as cars, airplanes, and such, surely we should be allowed to take on lesser risk for something far less selfish and self-serving like public safety, which is usage of the death penalty. Every institution that is a great benefit to society always contains risk. The death penalty happens to be the least dangerous of them, yet it is focused on with the most paranoia. According to Elliot Spitzer, who is a former attorney general, he stated in June 2000 that rights we afford the accused, that our federal and state constitutions are replete with the rights we afford the accused, which is the right to notice of charges, the right to speedy and public trial, confront witnesses, counsel, right against self-incrimination. We as a society have made a profound commitment to avoid punishing the innocent, and with crimes that are so dangerous that societies should be able to use the ultimate punishment, which is the death penalty, because it's appropriate. But the imposition of the punishment can be justified only if we make full use of all the available tools aiding in determination of guilt and innocence, or innocence.